A reading from the Gospel of John. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You have faith in God, have faith also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be. Where I am going, you know the way." Thomas said to him, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you know me, then you will also know my Father. From now on, you do know him and have seen him." Philip said to him, "Master, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us." Jesus said to him, "Have I been with you for so long a time, and you still do not know me, Philip? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me? The words that I speak to you, I do not speak on my own. The Father who dwells in me is doing his works. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or else believe because of the works themselves. Amen, amen, I say to you, whoever believes in me will do the works that I do, and will do greater ones than these, because I am going to the Father." When I was in college, many of my Christian friends would use this passage as a means to say that the only way to go to heaven is to be Christian. If you don't convert to Christianity, then you would go to hell. However, putting the modern beliefs of heaven and hell onto this story is completely anachronistic. After all, belief in heaven was still being developed in the first century, with Pharisees believing in an afterlife while the Sadducees didn't. Considering the fact that the belief in heaven was still being developed, the belief in hell would be even less developed if it even existed at this point at all. So the idea that this passage would be saying that you must be Christian or else you are going to hell would be completely foreign to this gospel writer and community. As a result, this rather dour interpretation results from taking this story literally. However, the writer outright tells the reader that this story isn't to be taken literally. First, we have Jesus telling us, "Where I am going, you know the way." Once again, Thomas enters the story and takes what Jesus says literally by saying, "Master, we don't know where you're going. How can we know the way?" Jesus then gives a poetic response by saying, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." John first has what Jesus says taken literally, and then clearly states that it is not that. After all, Jesus isn't literally a map that gives direction of where to go. Rather, this is a metaphor which has rich symbolism and meaning for John's community. In fact, however, this wasn't just important for John's community, but most likely for all of early Christianity as well. From the very beginning, one of the most popular names of early Christianity, before it was called Christianity, was the Way. So it is clearly a popular image for Jesus. So when we follow the way that leads to God, we are often at odds with the world and can be persecuted for it. In a world that blesses the rich, our God says, "Blessed are the poor." In a world that says to hate your enemy, our God says, "Love your enemies." In a world that gives expecting something in return, our God says to give expecting nothing in return. When we follow Jesus as our way, truth, and life, we might live a life that is at odds with the world. But then we strive to live a life that is one with God.